Picture this. You're sitting in your living room, lights dimmed, sound rising around you like a wave, and on your screen unfolds the breathtaking scale of a Christopher Nolan masterpiece. For years, audiences have believed that only an IMAX theater could do justice to Nolan's grand vision. After all, his films, from Inception to Oppenheimer, are crafted with massive IMAX cameras, bone-rattling sound design, and visuals that demand the biggest screens available. But here's the twist: technology today is catching up. More and more movie lovers are asking, can you bring the IMAX experience home? The surprising answer is yes, if you're ready to plan carefully, invest wisely, and reimagine your lounge as something far beyond a casual movie room. Christopher Nolan sets the gold standard for immersive cinema. Unlike many directors who embrace digital shortcuts, Nolan is known for practical effects, large-format cameras, and a commitment to real-world scale. His storytelling is physical, visceral, and larger than life, meaning that experiencing it on a phone or small TV feels almost unfair. Think back to Dunkirk. Its heart-stopping intensity was designed for giant screens and thunderous audio systems. But in recent years, advances in projection, 4K OLED displays, Dolby Atmos, and IMAX-enhanced technologies are narrowing that gap. Suddenly, the dream of watching The Dark Knight or Interstellar in a home setting that rivals a boutique cinema isn't far-fetched at all. It's becoming an achievable reality for regular movie fans. So what does it actually take to bring IMAX-style immersion into your home? Let's start with the screen, because scale matters. Nolan films are engineered for shifting aspect ratios, widescreen one moment, towering IMAX the next. To do them justice, you'll want either a high-end projection system with at least a 120-inch screen or a massive OLED 4K television that's 85 inches or larger. The clarity, the black levels, and the brightness all play a role in creating that cinematic punch. But don't stop at size. Flexibility is just as important. Your setup should allow seamless transitions between widescreen and IMAX ratios, ensuring you're not losing parts of the picture Nolan intended you to see. Of course, Nolan films are as much about sound as they are about visuals. Anyone who's watched Tenet knows his soundscapes can be overwhelming, layered, and intentionally disorienting. Replicating this at home requires more than a soundbar. It demands a Dolby Atmos surround system with multiple speakers strategically placed around the room, including overhead channels. This creates the sensation of sound moving not just from left to right, but from above, behind, and everywhere in between. Equally important is acoustic treatment. Bare walls and hard floors can ruin the effect with echoes and distortion, so investing in panels, rugs, and proper insulation is just as vital as buying the latest speakers. Next up, the room itself. Lighting control makes a world of difference. Cinemas don't just dim the lights for fun, it's about immersion. Blackout curtains, dimmable LED lights, and matte, non-reflective surfaces can transform a regular lounge into a professional-feeling theater. Soundproofing is another overlooked element. Without it, the explosive action scenes from Oppenheimer or The Dark Knight Rises may disturb neighbors or family members. By designing a space that contains the sound, you can turn up the volume to true cinema levels without compromise. Remember, in Nolan's universe, silence and sound are equally powerful, so respecting that balance requires careful planning. Comfort, too, is part of the magic. At-home movie watching used to mean a couch and a blanket, but if you're chasing an IMAX-level experience, seating matters. Tiered recliners, leather lounges, or even custom-built cinema chairs enhance immersion. Beyond that, thoughtful touches like LED floor strips, acoustic wall designs, or hidden cabling elevate the aesthetic from living room with a big TV to serious private cinema. When you sink into a recliner and the lights fade out, the room should make you forget you're at home at all. That's the kind of environment Nolan's films thrive in, a space where storytelling and atmosphere merge seamlessly. Why is this shift happening now? In part, it's cultural. After the pandemic, audiences worldwide developed a stronger appreciation for in-home entertainment. In the US, streaming giants like Netflix, HBO Max, Disney Plus, and Apple TV Plus are releasing blockbusters straight into homes. Combine that with directors like Nolan and Denis Villeneuve advocating for premium home releases, and suddenly, the idea of a personal cinema no longer feels like a luxury for the wealthy. It's becoming a mainstream aspiration. With high-end AV equipment dropping in price and more flexible home setups available, transforming a spare room or basement into a cinema space is increasingly attainable. Another factor is technology itself. IMAX Enhanced certification is now supported by companies like Sony and DTS, meaning TVs, projectors, and sound systems can reproduce visuals and audio closer to what audiences experience in IMAX theaters. For Nolan fans, this is a game changer. Imagine watching Interstellar in your lounge and feeling that docking sequence in zero gravity, with the music and tension swelling all around you, without ever buying a ticket. Gamers, too, are benefiting. With consoles like the PS5 supporting 4K HDR and Dolby Atmos, a cinema room doubles as a next-level gaming hub. The line between cinema, gaming, and streaming is blurring, and home technology is at the center of it. It's not just about movies, either. Sports fans are using cinema setups to watch everything from the Super Bowl to FIFA World Cup matches in jaw-dropping detail. Music lovers are streaming concerts like Taylor Swift's Eras Tour or live symphonies with surround sound that feels like being in the front row. Even casual streaming, think prestige TV shows like Succession or The Last of Us, becomes elevated in a space designed for immersion. What Nolan represents is the benchmark. If your setup can do justice to his films, it will handle everything else with ease, turning your lounge into a multi-purpose hub for entertainment. But let's be real, building this level of setup isn't simple. DIY approaches can get you halfway there, but for true IMAX-style immersion, professional design makes a huge difference. Placement of screens, calibration of speakers, acoustic adjustments, all of these require expertise. In major cities across the US, specialized companies now focus on creating bespoke home cinema experiences. These aren't just about selling equipment, they tailor everything to your room size, shape, and acoustics. The goal is simple, to create a space where a Christopher Nolan film doesn't just play, it lives around you. For inspiration, look at how architects and designers are reimagining entertainment rooms. Publications like Architectural Digest and Sound and Vision regularly showcase homes where spare basements have been transformed into cinematic worlds. From minimalist designs with hidden speakers to luxury builds with fiber-optic star ceilings, the possibilities are endless. Australians, for example, are seeing a boom in custom cinema rooms in cities like Sydney and Melbourne, proving this is a global trend. In the US, the appetite is even stronger, with homeowners eager to match or even surpass the local multiplex. So where do you start if you're considering this upgrade? Begin with priorities. If you're a Nolan fan, visuals and sound are your top two investments. Once those are in place, focus on room treatment and seating. Don't rush into buying the flashiest gear without thinking of the bigger picture. A balanced setup always outperforms a lopsided one. Remember, Nolan himself emphasizes immersion over gimmicks, so follow his philosophy. Your home theater should be about storytelling and scale, not just specs. That mindset ensures your investment pays off with every screening. In the end, Christopher Nolan has always said cinema is about scale, spectacle, and immersion. While his films will always shine brightest on the largest IMAX screens, modern home theater technology is closing the gap faster than ever. For American audiences who love storytelling, immersion, and cinematic magic, transforming a lounge into a private theater is no longer just a dream, it's a reality within reach. With the right blend of technology, design, and expertise, your home can deliver a Nolan-level experience that rivals even the grandest theaters. The real question is, are you ready to bring IMAX home? Now, let's talk about one of the biggest game changers in home cinema, streaming services embracing high-resolution formats. Platforms like Disney+, Apple TV+, and Amazon Prime are not only offering 4K HDR, but also Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos support, making at-home viewing more cinematic than ever. What does this mean for a Nolan film? It means you're getting sharper contrast, deeper blacks, and an audio mix that's far closer to what you'd hear in a commercial theater. And when you combine that with professional-grade AV equipment, the experience can get surprisingly close to the director's vision. Australians investing in this technology aren't just upgrading their TVs. They're investing in a lifestyle where their living room doubles as a cinema hall. This is a shift that could redefine how we consume blockbuster films moving forward. Of course, having the right equipment is just one part of the equation. The real magic lies in how all these components work together. For example, a projector without proper acoustic calibration can feel underwhelming, no matter how large the screen is. Similarly, a high-end sound system in a poorly treated room can sound muddy or overwhelming. This is why expert consultation makes such a difference. Companies like Wired by MJD not only help you choose the right gear, but also optimize your room to work with it. From positioning speakers at the right height to balancing bass distribution across the seating area, these details separate a good setup from a truly immersive one. It's this balance of technology and design that makes home cinema an art form in itself. What's interesting is that home cinemas are no longer considered just a luxury. In fact, many homeowners see them as a long-term investment that adds value to their property. Real estate experts in Australia have noted that houses equipped with dedicated media rooms often stand out in competitive markets. It's a feature that signals modernity, comfort, and entertainment-ready living. And with people spending more time at home post-pandemic, buyers increasingly see the appeal. This trend isn't just happening in high-end suburbs of Melbourne or Sydney, it's spreading to regional areas as well. So, building a home cinema doesn't just improve your lifestyle, it could also improve your property's future resale value.